What's up, everybody? Retrocengo here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have Kaneda, Chris on our channel again. You guys have been writing to me that I had to make show together with Chris every week. Here he is. Chris, welcome back, my buddy.
What is going on, Jengiz? Big day in pinball.
Such a nice day in pinball, man. We're just getting spoiled by all the companies. Great times to be in this hobby, don't you think?
I don't know if all the companies are going to spoil us, but one is spoiling us today, and we're going to talk about it. We'll talk about the other companies too, but yeah.
But today it's going to be all about Foo Fighters. We just got the teaser trailer, few minutes clip. We haven't seen no gameplay, no nothing. This is very, very early recording from us. Tomorrow should be a gameplay video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jack's going to play it tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh man, but we couldn't wait for talking about this pinball machine because I'm excited. How about you? How excited are you?
So look, I went into today with low expectations because I'm not the biggest Foo Fighter fan, and I will say this. After seeing both the design from Jack Danger, the artwork from Zombie Eddie, and the animation teaser, I mean, it's taking almost everything in me not to buy this game. And that is a miracle that I think they delivered something so exciting that everyone is trying to figure out, how do I make room for this thing? How about you? Like, what did you think when you saw it for the first time?
I must say, I agree with you about the low expectations because of Foo Fighters. I don't know them. I've never heard their songs. So I thought, but now when I listen to their stuff, I remember them from, from back then. I always had in my mind low expectations, but as I said to you when we call each other, Jack Danger, he really has to show what he's made of with this game. He made that toy pin. What was it? What is it called?
The Jurassic Park Home Edition.
Home Edition. Yeah, he made that, but I don't know. Home Edition's nothing for me. But this, oh my God, the game looks amazing. It's just
amazing.
pumped up. Before we start anything, I just want to ask you one simple question.
Yeah.
Bill of materials. How can this game and James Bond have the same bill of materials? I mean, just look at the playfields.
Well, I mean, I think it's obvious is that James Bond is a game they licensed, and this is a game they made with the Foo Fighters. It is the same way Guns N' Roses has so much in it because Slash made it. I think Dave Grohl is giving them whatever they want. It has all the hits, has everything they want. I don't think they're not like when they made Aerosmith, they licensed Aerosmith. They weren't making it with Aerosmith. I get the sense here that Foo Fighters sort of was like, let's just make the most amazing Foo Fighters pinball ever. And I think they collaborated in the best way possible. And I think James Bond has been anything but a collaboration with the license holder. I think it's all been about, here's what you cannot do. And then you end up with this James Bond game, which looks like a total compromise compared to Foo Fighters, especially.
That James Bond 60th, if they made a home pin edition and sold it for the Jurassic Park home pin edition price,
they already did, but Jengiz, they already did make the home edition of it. It's the game they're selling for $20,000. That is the home edition of the game. All black, no inner art blades, nothing. It is a joke that they're charging $20K. But again, that's why I'm so happy Foo Fighters came out, because it's going to remind everybody what should be in a game for these kinds of prices. The game looks packed.
So when you say they work together, I'm not sure. When we saw these teasers, trailers, did you hear call out from this band?
But I don't think we heard any call out yet.
No. Okay, because I did read about it, but there's just no info about call outs. No, nothing. Maybe it's just like Iron Maiden.
It doesn't say who did the call outs on the matrix of the game.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm expecting the Foo Fighters to have done some call outs. I would be highly surprised and shocked if they did not.
Okay. So you think they're a part of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, Chris,
Yeah.
I was like, just like this morning we were talking, and I was like, dude, I'm out. Pinball is just too expensive. It's just too much. So I saw this one pro. I saw the pro video first, and it looked like a premium elite. Okay, jam packed, looked nice, and I was like 7,000. Yeah, looks great. After that, we jumped over to the premium version with the upper playfield, sculpted, molded stuff, and also that dead save flipper thing
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
Jack made. I was like, you can't go pro on this.
Is
How do
is
you
the
feel?
is the dead save post only on the LE Premium?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
how I understand it, man. I have been reading The Matrix, and it's only on that one, and it's
Yeah.
just so much Jack danger. That it's so much Jack danger.
You know, when I first saw this pin, the other thing that I thought right away was this is Zombie Eddie's "F you to J-pop." I mean, this feels like their version of Raza, but, like, executed perfectly, to the T, and the colors are awesome, they're vibrant, it's
Oh,
beautiful, like, I just am in love with the way this game looks, I'm in love with the creativity of it, I'm in love with everything about it, and I think this is what we love about pinball is every time a new game comes out, we want to just be
yeah,
giddy. We want to feel like kids again. And I just have
exciting.
not felt that way in a very long time. And I will say, I felt the halfway there with Scooby Doo, but this one takes me all the way to like there's you know what it is, Cengiz? There's nothing about this game I would change. And I think if you're a Foo Fighter fan, you're so happy. And if you're a pinball fan, you're also very happy. So I see no reason to complain or nitpick anything that I'm seeing so far, which is hard for someone like me who complains about everything.
I saw some people write something like, "Oh, no pop bombers," but I don't care about pop bombers. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, what? That's
not
fine.
important. Well, Godzilla had that one pop bomber that was very cool utilized. Something like that could be cool, but it's not
Yeah.
a must. I mean, it's okay. So the next thing I was thinking about when you're talking about the artwork, Zombie Yeti, did he make artwork for Ghostbusters also?
Yes.
How about Ninja Turtles,
Yes.
Deadpool?
Yes.
Okay, so Zombie Yeti is God in that department. He's my
And
favorite,
Godzilla.
favorite.
And Godzilla.
And Godzilla. Okay, so he's the king. He's the best. I love
And
his
Iron
artwork.
Maiden. Am I s and Iron Maiden? Do I
Oh,
actually know my pinball or what,
I
people?
love Iron Maiden art, man. Okay, so Zombie Eddie, he's my favorite. He's the best. I mean, such an amazing artist. This game, I don't care about the cabinet, but the playfield looks amazing. All that,
Yeah,
oh my god, it's just so well done.
it's
I'm
fun.
so
It's
surprised
fun.
that
It's fun. Everything about it is fun. I look at all the details, all the colors, and it works.
yeah.
It absolutely works. And
How
it
about the Ellie's green armor,
yeah.
Ghostbuster green?
Yeah,
Is
you
it
know, I
too
think
much?
it's not as bright as the Ghostbusters green. I think it's the Ninja Turtle green. I think it's more in that
Oh,
vein. I like it, I'll tell you why. Because it goes with the art scheme that's going on with the color palette of the game, but I also like it because it pops. One of my
oh,
biggest complaint about Godzilla LE is the silver armor doesn't pop very well. And I think this LE, when you put the 3 games together, it's very clear which one has got the most visual impact with the color. I think it's gonna look amazing. I get again, I and every time we've seen these Stern games in real life, they always look better than they do in photos. And if the photos are looking this good, I think people are going to be so happy when they see this game. And this game's probably on the line right now. Knowing Stern, I mean, we're going
yeah.
to see pros and LEs in the next couple of weeks. And at the Texas Pinball Festival and MGC, people are going to be playing this game and they're going to be putting this game into their homes in just a couple of weeks. And that's another amazing feat.
That's just Stern, man. I love that part of it. It's amazing. I mean, I'm so happy today. I can't explain why, but
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I didn't want to buy this, but now I'm thinking about ordering the limited edition. How are you feeling? Are you
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
get the Ellie or
I won't lie, I actually started to think about it, and then I reminded myself that I just bought a $25,000 Batman, and I
oh
can't
yeah.
go in on another game. Am I a little bit like, "Damn, this looks much better than Batman?" Yeah. I was also like, "Damn, this looks much better than Guns N' Roses," and as a
Oh,
music pin fa it does, it just looks more fun than
did
GNR to
you
shoot with
listen
all this.
to did
What's
you
up?
listen to Foo Fighters?
I mean, look, I've been taking a lot of arrows in the back because I'm not a huge Foo Fighter fan, but I
Yeah.
also have not really heard their music very much. And
Oh,
this pin is actually getting me into them. And the more I hear, the more I really like. And then that's good. Like, that's the whole point. Like, not all of us have brought every band from the 80s and 90s into our musical catalogs. And so awesome. Like, I'm hearing the music, I'm
yeah,
loving it, I'm
yeah,
loving the game. What more can you ask for? I mean, sometimes we get introduced to artists later on in life, and so I'm
e
getting introduced to Foo Fighters via pinball. That's not a
exactly.
crime against me or my upbringing.
No, no,
It's
of
just,
course not.
I was more into GNR. But look,
Yeah,
again, I've always said this, a pinball machine needs to serve two audiences. The theme needs to reward the people who love the theme. And I think if you love Foo Fighters, you're loving this. And it's a pinball machine. So it needs to be rewarding and satisfying to people who enjoy pinball. And the best pinball machines of all time do both. And I
yeah,
think that's what's setting this game up for such high early praise and accolades is we're seeing it has the potential to do that. We're not sure yet. You still have to wait and see the gameplay and what the game's
yeah,
going to be, but it's all looking pretty good on day one. And we've seen many pinball machines look
absolutely.
really bad on day one. So
Yeah,
a
yeah,
great first day for Jack Danger, Zombie Yeti, and the team over at Stern.
absolutely, man. So first time I watched the upper play field on the Premier League, I was like, "Oh, is this gonna be just like on Aerosmith?" Because on Aerosmith, you don't really need it. It does nothing. I mean, it's just waste of money. What do you think about this upper play field?
I like it. I mean, it looks like it there's two pathways,
Yeah,
right? And there's a diverter so it doesn't just keep endlessly looping.
yeah,
And I love that it's like Area 51 and it's
yeah,
got this like really, strange alien vibe. And I mean, it kind of all goes together. And look, I like pinball machines that come up off, this. I don't like just single level. Like, I'm not ragging on James Bond, but I like it when that 3D world just sort of comes up towards the glass, and I love
yeah.
how this looks. I don't like all upper play fields, but I really like this one, and I also think it's gonna play fast. I know your biggest complaint with, the slow, spooky, Scooby-Doo upper play field is how slow it plays. So I
Yeah.
think this one's gonna play fast. It's almost like taking a loop, rewarding like smaller flipper looping and putting it up there. And I think you're going to get a lot of that satisfaction. And then the game's going to be back and play again, and it's not going to be up there for a very long time.
I think that diverter back there is a great idea. It has got this hole in the middle you can shoot. It looks great, and again, it gives that 3D effect because the ball
Hmm.
gets up. So cool effect, but that's not it. There's some more stuff that I like.
Hmm.
It has got. I love magnets, man. I love Every pinball machine should have magnets. Have you seen when you at the back of the playfield? It has got these two metal thingies that goes up, and you shoot the ball back in there, and it has got some sort of magnet action going on in there. What the hell is that?
Wait, is this the captive ball shot that looks like it knocks the ball around, or is this what's
No,
underneath the alien guy?
yeah, underneath that sculpted alien
Yeah,
guy.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's a.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't. It. Does it have magnets? Is that in the design
I mean,
matrix?
it really looks like the ball in there reacts like it gets, magnetized.
Oh, I don't
It
know.
looks
I don't know
like
if
it.
there's magnets or if it's just a moving target back there. But I love that area. I love that the posts come up. I
Yeah.
think that I think what I really like about this game is it's got drop targets, it's
Oh,
got two ramps, it's got and I it's kind of like a fan layout ish, but not really. Like there's a lot of up and down and left to right shots. It's got four freaking flippers.
yeah.
Like there's a lot to shoot at. I can't wait for the pin side post where some dude's gonna draw lines to every shot and be like, look, there's actually 87 shots in the game. But it's again, like it looks really fun to shoot. It looks very colorful. It looks And let's talk about the animations, like the teaser videos they put out.
Oh,
These were the best teasers Stern has ever, and I mean this, ever
amazing.
done.
Amazing. I mean,
Amazing.
yeah, short time ago, just look at how they launched him. I don't want to talk about James Bond, but how did they launch James Bond? It was
They
here in
they
London
s
and get out and in again,
bring
and
it
those
back.
was not.
Take it off the floor. Kaneda's got the imagery. Kaneda
It
knows
was
about the Keith Owen game. No, they didn't really launch James Bond. They
just
just
so
the whole thing
messy.
stumbled out.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. Pinball needs new young blood, new designers, everything new. Look, I mean, Jack Danger, he was teasing us all week with pictures, small details, this music video. He's active on Facebook. He's such a nice guy. This is how it's done, okay? This connection to the fan base. And from
Yeah.
today on, everybody loves that guy.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, it's so cool. I can't wait to his upcoming games. Before it was, Elwin, Elwin, Elwin. Right now,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, yes, Elwin is great, but now we have another young, you know,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
young, great designer, and I'm so happy about it, man.
It's look, you're right. I mean, young designers, and it's not even just about young, it's just new designers because ultimately, Jack Danger's not recycling Jack Danger ideas. And when you design games for decades, like a John Borg or like a Steve Ritchie or a Pat Lawler, they can't help but kind of go back to the well because they've just designed so many games.
Yeah.
And I also just knowing Jack personally, how much this game meant to him and how afraid he was of dudes like me and the community. Because he's grown up in this community. He knows how brutal this community can be when you get it wrong. And he just did not want to get it wrong. And I know he was making this game, not just for himself, for his family, but this is like a dream come true to go from being the best streamer in pinball to
Yeah.
now, arguably an amazing designer from day one.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's great. Everyone wants to see these stories. Everyone wants the root for these kinds of personalities and people to succeed. And I think it's terrific. And I think it's got nothing but good vibes spreading throughout pinball today. And it's so fun to be a part of it. I feel so energized. I feel bad for everybody else who waited. They waited too long. These
Yeah.
other companies, like you just got sucker punched
Oh,
by Foo Fighters. Like we were all saying Foo Fighters was going to be a joke. No one would care.
yeah.
It just
Yeah.
sucker punched everyone else's efforts in March. I'm sorry. I think this game's going to win March hands down.
Just look at the timing. Okay, just 2 seconds about the timing.
Yeah.
Spooky with their Scooby Doo. I feel like Spooky, they are the masters of timing. Every time they launch something, they just know when and where. Okay, so they launched some weeks ago, took all that non-refundable deposits, money in the
Yep.
bag.
Smart.
Smart move, new Corvettes, everything is cool. So time is going on, everybody's just thinking, oh, TPF, TPF, TPF. And then all of a sudden, at the end of February, bam, this one comes out from Stern. It's just, the music, the energy level, everything is just, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
what happens? Someone at Jersey Jack woke up. Whoa, what's going on? Let's put something out. Woohoo! Let's put something out. And I mean,
Yeah. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing that this was going to be Foo Fighters week.
yeah.
And yesterday they showed us the set list and Jersey Jack, after idiotically posing in front of a Harry Potter,
Oh,
mural on the wall, telling people to hold on to your money for a few
oh my,
days,
yeah.
like idiotically does that, gets everyone thinking it's going to be Harry Potter. Then as Foo Fighter hype begins, they think they could put up just a single image that says like, get ready for a seat at the table or whatever it says. And you're going to somehow, make people wait. No. And now how are you going to follow up this high energy,
Yeah.
like Foo Fighter game? That's one of Stern's most packed and beautiful games to date with slow Italian mobster drama Godfather. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I'm curious to see how they're going to do it. I think if you're American pinball, you're also like, well, we're screwed now because like
Oh,
this game's
yeah.
loaded. It's got,
Yeah.
aliens. It's got outer space themes going
What
on,
the?
and all we got is a tank, but they got a van. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I will tell you this though. There is no way American Pinball's code or its animations are going to come anywhere close to what Stern is putting into this game. There's
Yeah.
nowhere. I don't think the art package is going to be as good. I mean, I know it's Franchi, but I mean, like it's Zombie Yeti. And I've seen pictures of Galactic Tank Force, which I will share with the Kaneda fan base if you hang on till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um, the art's not as detailed on the playfield. It's just not this. It's just not like Zombie Yeti. Man, he threw it all at this thing.
It's absolutely. I think I will get an LE, not because
Okay.
of the theme, but just because of my. I'm so surprised with what Jack Danger has done. I really love this. We have other music pins coming up like Queen.
It's already dead. Queen's already dead. No one's ordering Queen. Nobody's ordering Queen. The only orders they're going to get are from relatives of the Pinball Brothers. I mean, how can you look at these games? Like, that's the thing. It's like at these prices, there's just no room anymore for mediocrity. And Stern Pinball is, it's good. They're like living up to, they're getting close to where the prices are. I still think they can put more in for this much money for LEs and premiums.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, but
yeah.
like, well, that's why Jack's got to yank out pop bumpers. It's not because he doesn't probably want them. He just needs to make a decision. Um, but like Queen, right? It's a music pin. Queen looks like a poor man's Guns N' Roses. And I think Foo
Oh,
Fighters just looks like Metallica on crack a little bit. And not to take away from Metallica, but it looks like a modern day Metallica meets Attack from Mars. What a great combo.
yeah, yeah. For me, first view of the gameplay, I feel like this pinball machine. We have fan layout, blah blah blah. For me, I felt like this pinball machine is weird. It was just weird for me. Everything was weird, and that UFO ring was weird. And I really love, drop down targets. And behind the drop down targets, you have got this big Metallica Turtles target. Weird, everything weird. I was like, it feels like he has so many ideas that he
Mhm.
just jammed it in. That's why I was like, how can he put so much in with the bill of material? I know the premium costs. Is it 9,000 today for a premium?
Like 9,700.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's where it's at.
Yeah. So
Well,
that
look,
means Stern's bill of material has risen with $100 or something like that.
I mean, look, here's the thing, and Jenga is like, you're using weird, but you mean it in a good way, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
which
yeah.
is also weird. But
Only in
here's
a positive way, but it's
yeah, yeah,
weird.
yeah. No, it's unique. Unique is a better phrase than weird when it's good. It's a good term.
Yeah,
It's
positively
unique.
weird.
Yes. But here's the thing: when you see a game like this, and I mean this when I say it, and I'm the most critical in this entire hobby.
No.
When you see a game that delivers like this, I don't think about Bomb anymore. I bring up Bomb because when I look at a game like James Bond 60th, or I look at a game where it's clearly not going into the game like Led Zeppelin, but when I see a game like this, I'm just satisfied. And then I have to make the decision, if you're going to buy it, do I need an LE or a premium? They are arguably the same game other than
Yeah,
artistic differences and mirrored back classes and stuff like that. Um, but I do think, this was probably a smarter game for Stern to raise the price than James Bond was. And I think it's great because look, Stern Pinball, they don't stop. They don't just make one game a year. They don't have to get one game right every 2 years like Jersey Jack does, or Spooky Pinball. James Bond fans right now, they're crying in the corner. They know they are. They're mad at me. They don't like me because James Bond is like yesterday's
you
news, and
have
they're never going to get it back. They are never James Bond is never going to get the hype that Stranger Things, finally got a year and a half after it came out. It's not going to happen, people. There's no upside down, there's no UV kit, there's no projector, there's nothing mechanically interesting in James Bond. This game is going to be the new I think this game is going to be like Godzilla and this game are going to be the two Stern games people talk about a lot over the next like year or so, and then we'll see what happens with Venom. But
Ah, I think Venom's gonna kick a. Those lights at the inside, what are they called?
expression lights.
Expression lights. Have you seen them on the Illy?
I mean, it's kind of like it's an FU to Rush owners because they've been waiting for the expression light
Yeah,
upgrade kit for like a year and a half,
yeah.
and now they put them on this game.
It's
But
so cool.
I do like that it's not an upgrade for the Pro, so there's actually a reason why you're going to want to get a premium or an LE.
Oh, so they didn't drill the hole so I
No,
can put it in the
no,
Pro?
you can't put it into the Pro.
Oh, have you seen if they come with the premium, or is it all only LE, the
I know
expression
it
lights?
comes with the LE. I'm not sure if it's an upgrade for the premium. I would assume it is.
Okay, okay. I just want to ask you, why do you say James Bond owners are angry at you? You have nothing to do with James Bond. Where does that come from?
Look, it's I have a lot of friends in this hobby. Contrary to popular belief, Kaneda has some friends. And the thing is, the James Bond owners, they wanted to have they wanted their game to come out in a way in which it kind of they could celebrate, and it was the worst launch ever. The code is still not there, and then they had to really just kick us between the legs with this 60th anniversary edition, and so the whole thing has just been the worst launch possibly ever
Yeah.
of any Stern IP ever, and then we get the Stern IP that everybody was ragging on, Foo Fighters, and look at and it's like blowing everybody away. So look, if you have a James Bond, I'm happy for you. But I do believe if you buy a James Bond 60th, you are sending a message to Stern Pinball that they can get away with highway robbery. And I think everyone should just cancel their 60th orders. They just cancel them.
Dude,
Make
you
them go.
can't say that.
Why not? Why
Dude,
not?
dude,
Why not? Why can't I say cancel your order? Say I'd rather have Foo Fighters and then make Stern go back to the drawing board. And if you want to sell us a $20,000 machine, actually make a little bit of effort this time.
bro, all the distros are coming at you. Just wait and see. They're gonna
No,
be angry.
the distros don't care. The distros are happy. They're like a pig in shit today because they just got Foo Fighters and their phones are ringing off the hook.
Oh
And they
yeah,
have, and not just this, the distros are finally getting inventory. They're gonna have the opportunity to order Godfather, to order this Galactic Tank Force. Like now they've got like 5, 6 games they can sell people.
yeah.
Last year, a year ago, it was like there's nothing. There's
Oh,
nothing. They were starting to act like Weird Al was going to be the big hit. That ain't
no,
happening.
I don't want to talk about 2022. But it was a bad year for pinball. Absolutely, my friend. One other thing between the Pro and Elite. Now, usually, I I can buy Pro machines and I'm happy with them. And I like the small plastics they set on the Pro versions, showing a dyno on a 2D plastic. It's okay with me. But on this game, it has got the van on the left side, on the LE, it's sculpted. I think it looks good. And on the middle there, it has got this giant, some
Alien.
kind of robot.
Yeah.
I feel like this one, I mean, it's such a huge jump in between. I think this one, I don't think they will sell that many pros
Yeah.
as with a lot of
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, look, pros are for hoes is the line. I mean, it's like, no, but like, no, like, look, I would argue like James Bond Pro is actually the way to go because I think the James
Yeah,
Bond
yeah,
sculpts and mechs don't really arrive with the LE. They don't. Like, on the Pro, you get the Aston Martin and you get like the missile is still there. If the missile was just a flat piece of plastic, maybe you'd upgrade. I don't know, but I think on this game itself, I know James Bond fans are going to hate me. I'm losing subscribers every time I rag on the game. But
oh man.
I think this one is absolutely going to push people towards premium and LE, and it looks great. It looks great. Um,
About your subscribers, I just want to say we have made a couple of videos, and people are writing on Messenger everywhere. I have about 5,000 people on my channel, and they're asking, "Who's this guy? You have great chemistry, more videos. Can you tell my subscribers if they like you this much? How can they reach out and listen to your stuff?"
Look, if they don't know who Kaneda is by now, guys, come on. Kaneda,
I'm from
just go to
Europe. I'm from
Oh,
Europe.
Europe. All right, all right. Yeah. So Kaneda's Pinball Podcast, you just got to sign up via Patreon. It is only $5 a month. And yours truly, Jenga's here, doesn't even subscribe. So like he's not doing me any favors. But no, it's great. We have 570 subscribers right now. I used to get like 5,000 listeners when the show was free, but I think what's fun about the show now is all the haters have to pay money now to hear the best pinball podcast on the planet. And it is the best pinball podcast because if you don't know, for 5 years in a row, it was voted favorite pinball podcast by the pinball public. And we'll see if we win the sixth one. So speaking of like the Twippies though, right, in Texas, who's going to want to talk about yesterday's games, man? Like this is such a hot month of new stuff.
No one.
No
I
one,
mean,
no
no
one,
one.
no one,
It's
no
just
one.
it's dead now. It's just killed. I mean, okay, we're all looking forward to watching you walking around with those beautiful cargo shorts.
It's going to happen.
It's gonna happen, yeah. But are you going to have Gucci shoes under them and all that?
We'll see.
Is it
Gucci
gonna be half
sneakers.
Canada?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
Um,
because it's just
yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, everyone's there. It's nice to just like celebrate, but I think everyone was hoping this year we would turn a corner and bring more sort of creativity and magic back into pinball. And at these prices, everyone is hoping the prices match what we're getting in the games. And I think this game closes the gap for a lot of people. I think certain games don't do it as well as this one is doing it.
okay. Chris, have you been, I don't, we haven't seen gameplay videos, but have you been studying the shots and layout on this game?
No, I've been at work all day.
Okay, so, okay, then there's no reason to talk
Have you?
about that.
I think it's weird to study a play. He's streaming it tomorrow. Like
Yeah,
I can wait a day.
the nerds can't wait. You know how it is.
No, they're
There's
drawing
just
the lines. They're drawing the lines right now. It's like the weirdest thing. Like, well, it's like,
there's just one shot at the left, just under the van, where you go in and it jumps out and makes this reversed is shot. It's so unique. It's so weird. Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, if you haven't watched it, maybe in another show. I think, wow, man, shots on layout very important, and Jack Danger really nailed it with this one. And the music is great, art is great, and the coder is the same guy that coded Deadpool. I
yeah.
mean, what
Tano. Is
more?
it Tano or Tano? How do you say it?
Tano, I think
Tano.
Tano something.
Tano, get to the chopper. Get.
You talk like that, not me. So
Oh.
I think it's a win. I mean, I'm so happy about this. I mean,
Now, all that
anything.
being said, let me ask you, Jengiz, 1,000 of them at 13,000. Because I already got these fools who don't know how it works texting me all day long. It's sold out. Selling out on Stern's website is not a sellout yet.
No.
Obviously, everyone sells through to distributors. Do you think this game sells out this week after the stream? Like where like no more distributors have one?
Before I saw the trailer, I would have laughed and I said, "Hell no," because we saw what happened with George Gomez's James Bond. We can still
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
them here in Europe, the LE. Um, I don't know. I didn't want this pin. Now I want to buy it.
Yeah. I think
I
it's
think,
gonna do. I think it might. I think it might sell
yeah,
out this week.
yeah.
And I get, but here's the thing: if this sells out, those are people that are not going to buy Galactic Tank Force. They're
No,
not going to buy Godfather. They're
no,
not
no.
going to buy. They might wait on ordering a Scooby Doo, and that's the thing. And I will say, all of these games coming out during the same month is going to be a few winners, but mostly losers here. And I'm surprised that Jersey Jack is okay. So when do you think they're going to show us Godfather now? Like, knowing this is happening, when do we see Godfather? Do you know?
No.
Oh, come on.
I
Wait,
can't
but
say
they said they
nothing.
said March. Tomorrow's March. Like how
Yeah.
long do they wait? Are they going to wait now to TPF, and are they going to wait for Foo Fighters to get like 2,000, 3,000 orders? Like what? Like how long can they wait?
Before we would talk about that, I just want to ask you, Spooky have non-refundable,
Yeah,
yeah, and it's like 2,000, right?
yeah,
Or something like that. Yeah. So
yeah.
that money,
Smart.
yeah, so that money is gone. They're locked. How is it with JJP? Do they have non-refundable deposits? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah. No, they do. So
It's
that they
not.
have this.
Okay.
It's 2,500 for the CE non-refundable. But here's the thing: we all know this. Nobody, and I mean nobody, not even Jack Guinari, is ever gonna like non-refundable order a 1,000 unit, $15,000 Jersey Jack. I just heard today from a very reliable source. Okay,
Oh,
there are distributors now who are selling new in box Toy Story CEs for 11.5.
and they can't sell them
11.5. The game
for
was
CE.
15 for a CE, not an LE, a CE. Because they know they need to get rid of those games before Godfather's shown. Like once they show Godfather, it's like you're never gonna get demand back. And also with Foo Fighters, like every exciting new game makes Toy Story 4 even less exciting.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to get rid of their inventory.
I know some distros that suddenly have unboxed Toy Story 4, 6 plays, selling them for 11,000. I mean,
Well, okay, so like there's no
suddenly
way.
unboxed.
Yeah, there's no way anyone's gonna non-refundable Godfather because and you're also not gonna see Jersey Jack this time put up a video being like, "We're gonna show you the best way you can try to secure one of our collector's editions." No, nobody feels like there's any FOMO anymore with JJP. Now, look, if there's anybody that could pull a Foo Fighters, a Jack Danger, it's Eric Minier. I mean,
Yeah.
like, let's not count this dude out. Like,
Yeah.
he's very precocious. He's very talented, and he's very creative when he imagines a theme integrated into pinball format. I think he's got a little bit of a bone to pick with people who say his games don't have good flow. I think he's going to design a game with much better flow. I think he's heard the critics a little bit, if you will. I just don't know how he overcomes one of the most boring themes I've ever seen selected for a pinball machine ever. I just don't know
Well,
how he overcomes that.
two things. Still, something in me feels like it's not going to be Godfather.
It's you
I know.
stop. You're like one of these conspiracy theorists. Like, do you not believe in vaccines? Like, this is you need to stop. There's still these jackasses thinking it's John Wick. It's Godfather,
I
people.
have so hard time believing it. I know they made Willy Wonka and what Wizard of Oz, what, but I have so hard time believing that it's Godfather. That's the first thing.
They already confirmed it with the seat
Yeah,
at the table. Like, what do you think they're talking about?
yeah, but it's just so sad. And using Eric Minier's skills going to this theme, as I
Yeah.
said to you this morning, they have to take some clips from the movie, but they need to put in some, great soundtrack in the background, pumping music, action music. And
No,
you
you
laughed at
can't.
me and said,
No, because you
no, they
can't
can't
do
do
that.
that.
Like you can't add energy to Godfather. It's just not going to work. And also from a theme integration standpoint, if you start messing with the tone or the vibe of the movie, it just starts to get weird. I think they know what the theme is. I think they're going to try to make it more interesting and dramatic. We'll see what they do. I mean, I think out of all the games, if you were to ask people, like, what do you think it's going to be? I think Godfather is the hardest one because it just nothing jumps out at you as being like, oh, yeah, this is how I would make a Godfather pinball machine.
So many people has been talking down about Godfather. Just think about this. It should come out at TPF, okay, But JJP is panicking now, and they will release Godfather before TPF. What if, and this is what if it comes out and it really is better than Foo Fighters? What? I mean,
I
Eric
mean,
Binger.
yeah. No, it's like, look, I mean,
It could be so
good,
cool.
good for them if they are able to do that.
Yeah.
Good for them. I think it's not. I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't
No.
think it's going to happen because I just knowing pinball and knowing the sort of boxes you need to check, to make an amazing pinball experience. Knowing Jersey Jack's track record, I'm just a little worried. I'm most worried that this game was still designed when Pat Lawler was sort of calling the shots over there, and I just don't see it being this like everything in the kitchen sink kind of game like Wizard of Oz. I don't see it. I think you're going to see a lot more um, of them relying on artwork than mechs. I really don't think you're going to see. I think you're going to see a lot of lights, and I don't think you're going to see like blow you away mechanisms in the game or sculpts, if you will. I don't know. We'll see.
So,
We will see. I just don't know how you make Godfather pinball. I'm still confused by the whole thing.
so you think that Pat Lawler could have something to do with the
Yeah, he
design of?
was yeah, well, not that like, he
Oh
didn't design
no!
it. He didn't design it, but he was still there calling the shots on what, the bomb would be and what would go into the games because, I mean, Pat Lawler was the one who yanked stuff out of Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses had 2 subway systems. It had, a drop bank target in front of the piano scoop, and Lawler took that stuff out, not Eric.
Don't you think
Uh
Eric is this time? Hey, keep your fingers off my design.
Well, but here well, the thing I'm worried about is I think he's been done with Godfather for a long time. I think Eric's probably almost done with his next game after Godfather. So I
Yeah.
remember like Jersey Jack has always had delays. Like they were supposed to get out 2 games in a year. Jack was saying that when Guns N' Roses came out. I think we might see Richie's game also this year.
Oh,
Yes, I think we might. I think if Godfather doesn't set the world on fire, and I don't know how it's going to, I think you're going to see Jersey Jack possibly release another game circa October, November. Steve Ritchie's game. I don't know. They're going to need to like get the line moving, or they need to sort of just give the
Top
people
Gun.
what they want and remake another Pirates or do another run. They need to do. They could rerun some of their older titles that people would still go in on
Yeah.
and I think a lot of the reasons they didn't remake some of those games was, maybe manufacturing issues, maybe Pat Lawler. I don't know. All I know is Jersey Jack Pinball needs to get its mojo back and its swagger
Yeah.
back. They
Yeah.
had the greatest swagger in pinball when Guns N' Roses launched. The
Oh,
playfield issues torpedoed all that. I mean, they had Slash freaking launch their game, right? The
they had
coolest
the
guitars.
coolest launch. It was so
Yeah,
good.
did the beautiful woman and like playing the
Oh,
game with Welcome to the Jungle going, and then you've got
yeah.
the Toy Story video was like nobody jumps up and down like that, and nobody, and
Whoopi
now
does
you
it.
yeah, like they need to get their groove back, JJP,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
seeing
So,
Jack Guinari do that Harry Potter thing, I'm a little worried that they're not reading the room at all, and I don't think they expected Foo Fighters to do what it's doing. I don't think they expected it to come out when it came out. And I think they need to call an emergency marketing meeting and because they should have told people months ago it was Godfather because we knew it. And it's like to then mislead people that it's Harry Potter and then have to get them back emotionally. Again, maybe it's just inside baseball as pinheads are the only ones who know. Like no one else in the real world even knows about any of this. But I
and the
just
timing he did it. I mean, he tried to take the thunder of Foo
yeah.
Fighters. The
No, it is a
timing.
little like I
Yeah.
think it was a little lame move. I think they,
Yeah.
they they look like they were doing jumping jacks, down the block while
Yeah.
Jack Danger was like blowing stuff up, and it didn't work. And you can tell on Pinside the Godfather hype thread, it's
Yeah.
not even 3 pages long. And that's
Oh,
that's a great market analysis of
yeah.
where is the excitement, where is the energy right now and we'll see what they're going to do. I mean, horse head bash toy is not gonna do it.
Topper, horse topper.
So
So
I don't
this pin, when Jack Danger designed Foo Fighters, do you think that a guy like Keith Elwin went by the room, looked in, and said, "Oh, don't do that! Don't do that! Let me give you another idea." Do you think Elwin helped that way? I think George Gomez did.
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
they all help each other out.
Yeah.
I was saying this today. Stern looks like a company where they're all having fun together. They're not competing. It doesn't feel like there's I think I'm just gonna say this. I think the jerks are out of Stern for the most part. There might be still like I don't know. I don't work there, but like I get the sense that this is a crew that sort of gets along, helps each other out, and they lend each other a hand. And I think, how awesome is it that when Jack's doing a design, Keith Elwin can jump on it and give him some feedback? I mean, think
Oh,
about it. When Bug is designing Scooby Doo, who's jumping on it to give him that level of feedback? Chuck,
yeah.
like Spooky Luke. Like it's just the way it is. It's like, and again, it's nothing against it. It's just like these guys are talented. Like they have the best talent in pinball.
Yeah.
And, there's no way around it. Jersey Jack's also got a lot of talent, don't get me wrong. But I just don't get the sense that the vibe at JJP, like
No,
going into work every day there is sort of like doesn't feel like
I think
fun.
the last video I watched from JJP was when Steve Richard entered the room, and it was I didn't get the positive, lovely vibe from that. Um, I
It's
don't know, man. I haven't been there,
They gotta get
but
it back. They gotta get that mojo back, and we'll see what happens.
yeah.
Look, every new game is a chance to get it back. So, like, until we see Godfather, it's premature to indict it too much, but it's a questionable theme.
Yeah. When we go in and watch old Belly Williams videos, there you can see the designers, they were competing against each other. I mean, they were in their own rooms, and Pat Lawler, he was like getting gray hair in there as a 40-year-old, and they were competing. My game's gonna sell more than your game. But I think it's absolutely not like that at Stern. At Stern, they're more laid back. Of course, it's business. I think it's more laid back, helping each other. Unless George Gomez walks in there, then it's business.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think, I mean, it just shows on this pinball machine. I think Jack, you said he was a bit nervous about today, but it feels like he had really fun designing this game. It feels like he made this game to play this game, doesn't it?
Companies have more fun when they're successful.
Yeah.
And there's just when you're winning and you're succeeding in the business or the category you're in, the vibe is there, right? And I see it in my industry, the marketing agencies that are winning all the awards, like they've got a swagger when they roll into the award shows. Like, it's like when, Kaneda strolls into the Twippies. There's a reason why I got my swagger. And I just think Stern Pinball, they're so used to they have so much success. They have a backlog of orders that goes on for like a few years.
Uh,
And I just like at JJP, I feel like it's just been like a mixed bag, like some games did well, some didn't, some got cut short early,
yeah.
but they haven't had that consistency, and they only make one game every 18 months, like
Uh,
at best. So that one game needs to bring it. And when it doesn't, and now we've got, they're coming off of like Guns N' Roses playfield debacle into Toy Story 4, into Godfather. It's like, I feel like they're falling down a little bit. And let's see if Eric Minier can pick him back up. Let's see if Miracle Playfields can hold together on this new game. And let's
is
see
it
what
Mirko
happens.
again?
Yeah,
That
I mean,
do
look, Mirko had their, I hate to say this, but in his defense, there wasn't anything wrong with Toy Story playfield, so at least it feels like something got better. But yeah, I mean that's where we're at.
Okay.
And
Just for the viewers here, not everybody is in the pinball community. Not even everybody has got Facebook. So when this guy Kaneda talks about Twippy Awards, I just want to say that the Twippy Awards are pinball industry awards for best pinball machine, best streamer, best video, and this guy Kaneda has won last 5 years the Twippies. So he's up for the Twippies again this next month. So maybe he's gonna be
who
winning sixth
knows? Who
year
knows?
in a row. So that's what's not everybody knows what Twippies is. Okay,
No, they shouldn't, nor should they.
I mean, I was excited, but
99.9% of planet Earth does not know what the Twippies are. We're all and all us content creators are fighting for this mountain of dirt. It's amazing. It's the most brutal, brutal award show when, you know,
99% of people in the world doesn't know what pinball is.
well, they know what pinball is, but they would never spend 13,000 on a pinball
Oh,
machine.
oh no, bro! Thank you for joining again.
Yeah.
Bye.
So, yeah.
Yeah.